Hello everyone, welcome back to the Power BI tutorials. In this video, we are going to learn about a concept or a feature known as the conditional columns in Power BI. So what is conditional column? It is a type of a column that is generated on the basis of condition. If you are familiar with the concept of programming, then you must have heard of the conditional statements like if-else statements. So the conditional column works in the similar way. If you are an Excel user, then you must have heard of the conditional formatting or the if-else statements in Microsoft Excel. So the concept is kind of similar. If you are a total newbie, then don't worry, I will explain the conditional columns from scratch in this video. So basically, let us take a look at our sample data. This is the points table named sheet, and the name of the table is also points table. We have the names of the different employees over here and how many points they have scored is given. So the criteria of the company is that over the month it gives some points to the employees, and on the basis of the points it gives them remarks. On the basis of these remarks they are credited their bonus or whatever it is. So if we take a look at the points, then there are these negative points possible, positive values are also possible, and some of them have even scored a 0. So the criteria of the company is that if the employee or the person has scored a negative point, then the remark would be like bad work or below average. If they have scored a 0, then they would be given a remark of average. But if they are given a positive score, then there would be like good work or above average or excellent work, whatever it is. So basically these are the values, or this is the condition on which these things work, and this is exactly what we are going to see, that how can we write a new column or create a new column called remarks on the basis of these values. Okay, so this is our one data. The second data is from this date table. We have got the different kinds of dates over here. So what will these dates do? It would just provide us with a criteria, like we can take 4th October 2017 as a criteria, and whatever dates are appearing before it, we can just compare them, and we could write like okay, these dates are before our specified criteria, and if the dates are after this, we can give a simple message that they are after the specified criteria. So basically this is the kind of the thing that we are going to do. This is usually done with like date of joining or date of selling or whatever it is in the databases. So we have taken a simple example just to explain that what or how it works with this date data. So this is the two operations that we are going to do, and these operations are possible through conditional columns in Power BI. So let's just take a look at it. Here we have opened up our Power BI, but before that we need to close our Excel sheets in the background. Then we can just extract this Excel data, which is this conditional column workbook. We can click on open and wait for a few seconds till that sheet is loaded into our Power BI. So once it is loaded, we need to just select the tables which we need to like use in our Power BI. So yeah, we have these tables like the points table for the points and the date table for the date data. So we can just check them both and click on transform data. So why we have clicked on transform data? Because we want like to open these tables in Power Query Editor before loading them into the Power BI desktop app. Now once they have been opened, okay, the points table and the date table have been opened. So we would first work upon the points table, and we know the condition, the positive value, the negative value, and the 0 value. Okay, so we can just go to this add columns option, and inside this add column there is this option of conditional column. Okay, we can simply click on it, and after it you will see that a dialog box will open up like this. Okay, the first thing it asks us is the new column name, that whatever new column you are going to add, what is going to be its name. So I'm just going to change its name to like remarks. Okay, because I'm trying to give remarks to the employees. Now there is this if condition that is being applied. So if the column name, so we are going to just check upon the column name called points scored. So let us just select this points scored column from the drop down. The operator is equals. We do not want equal. We first want to check for the negative value. So if the column name is less than 0, so if any value is less than 0, that means that particular value is a negative value, right? So we are putting this condition. If points scored is less than 0, then what output do we want? We want output in a value, in a kind of a value for this column called the remarks column, that is below average. Below average, right? Average, yeah. Then if I want to add another clause, which I want to, because I want to check for the positive values as well, this is also the negative values, I want to check for the positive values too. So I can simply click on this add clause option. So it would write like else if, which means that if this condition is true, that is if the value is negative, then we would get below average. Otherwise, if this value is not negative, then you need to provide another condition, that is if the points scored is greater than 0, which means that greater than 0 means a positive value. So what we can do is good work. So that's the remark, good work. Okay. And if both these conditions are not satisfied, which means if neither the value is negative, neither the value is positive, which means the value is 0. So in this case, what remark do we want? We want average to be the remark. And we can just click on OK and wait for a few seconds. Okay. So if you just take a look at the results, so the column name is remarks, absolutely correct. -18, below average 33, that's a positive value, good work. Below average 0, average, and so on. You can just check all the records if you want. So this is the correct output that we have got. This is exactly the output that we expected, and that's exactly that what we have got. So this is a simple example of how you can work with the conditional columns in Power BI. Let us take a look at another example. Now we have a date table or the date data. So we have taken this 4th October 2017 as a criteria. We are going to mark all the days or all the dates before it, and we are going to check all the dates after it. So let's see why we have chosen this date data as an example, because this works in kind of a different way. We have to apply some more things, some more concepts. So that's why let's see. So let's just go to conditional column in the add column, and let us just provide a custom column name. So that is again going to be like a remark. Okay. So if you need to select the column name, which is only one, the date column, the operator is equals. So since the value is a date column, so we do not need to check or select like is greater than or is less than. We have is before and is after. So if it is before, what value do we have? We can select, we can either enter a value or select a value from the column. So we do not want to select a value, we can just simply enter a value, or we have got this calendar option from where we can just choose a value because it's a date. So we can just choose a value from the calendar itself. So what we are going to do is we are going to hover over to the year 2017. Okay, so that's 2017 and October. We wanted 4th October 2017. So yeah, that's the data. If the date is before this, so what we can do is like before criteria. That's a simple message that we want to give. Otherwise, so we are just focusing on one condition only, that if it is before it, so we want before criteria. Otherwise, if it is not before it, what we can do is we can just go with after criteria. In the previous video, we had two conditions, that whether it was a positive value, whether it was a negative value, or whether it was a zero value. Okay, but here we have only one condition, that if it is before or if it is after. So after criteria and before criteria. You can click on OK and see that 2019 is after criteria, 2018 is after criteria. This is also taken after criteria. Why? Because we clicked on is before. So that's why this exact date is also taken as after criteria. Okay. then 2019 after criteria, 2017 before criteria, 2002 before criteria, after, before. Absolutely correct. All the results are absolutely correct, and that's how you can just work with the conditional columns with the help of conditions, the different conditions in Power BI. Also, this is just an example. We will see some more examples of conditional columns in the next video, and this is all for this video. Thanks for watching.